Shannon, the referee points to the spot. And Jamshedpur take the lead. And late drama we have here in Guwahati.
It's absolute heartbreak for Jamshedpur. I've got goosebumps. It's one of the most unbelievable ends to a game that we've seen in the past couple of seasons.
You simply cannot blink in front of Bagan these days. Right place, right time, and Chennai's defense has been breached. They should all wear pointed hats because they are wizards. The wizards from Kolkata. The Indian Super League has an odd way of spoiling fans. Last night's thrilling comeback from Odisha sets us up for Jamshedpur against Mohun Bagan. Scott Cooper has won a lot of plaudits for his brave selection and his approach to the game, but Juan Ferrando, an unassuming Mr. Cooper but Spaniard, comes to the furnace in search of a record fourth win at the start of a season. It has never happened, but because it is so difficult in the ISL. Petratos and company are ready, slightly depleted Mohun Bagan, with some names not in the squad, but that means this is Jamshedpur's best chance to beat the Stars from Kolkata. Siju and Eric are with me. The furnace is sold out. Tough game tonight.
When you look at the points table, I think, is this the why Mohun Bagan are down third? Because they're playing this match after almost 20 days or 25 days. But let's see if they can lit up the furnace, or is Scott Cooper's men going to take it?
Yeah, Jamshedpur can get themselves in that top six with a win tonight. Let's not forget about that. And they've got 3 clean sheets in the first 5 games of the season. So there's a lot of confidence for them here at home. But for Mohun Bagan's Supergiant, they don't play until December in the ISL after this game. So it's important for Juan Ferrando to get another 3 points.
3 wins out of 3. The expectation is massive, and the fans have spoken. Will Mohun Bagan Supergiant go top of the table tonight? 64% say yes. What about you?
Yes, because only a draw will get them there. And we don't usually see them have draws. This game has been so close historically. Over the last 6 games, it's been 1-0, 2-1, 0-0. Always a 1-goal margin. Very, very close encounter tonight.
Biggest test for Scott Cooper against Juan Ferrando?
Absolutely. I think we've all been saying about Scott Cooper and we are interested. He is coming up with a great team and good display. But tonight will be the real test. And I think we always keep saying this. But even Juan will have a test at hand. He can't undermine Scott Cooper's men.
Yeah, the way he's spoken before the game, Scott Cooper. Of course, we see Juan Ferrando's quotes as well pop up on the lower third of your screens. That'll keep happening. Keep an eye on that. Lots of detail in there. Subhashish Bose will be starting. But just talking about Scott Cooper as well later on and the challenge he has, these are the results for Mohun Bagan. 3 wins out of 3. But here's the thing, they can never have an excuse of not being able to win a game.
Always under pressure, always have the expectation of getting 3 points. Don't even think about getting a draw. So Juan Ferrando knows in the AFC Cup they have to win that group. They know they have to be first in the table here because there's so much pressure expected from the guys above.
Rustiness as well to shake off for Juan Ferrando, especially the physical rustiness. 24 days, 1 game played. How difficult is that mentally and physically?
It's been a strange old season for them because, you know, it's been stop, start, stop, start. They're playing in the 2 tournaments. You would have thought they would have been playing more games than that.
Well, you just spoke about that they can't think of a draw, the last match, and the only match that they played was a 2-all draw. But tonight they cannot. They're coming back to Indian Super League and matches are back again. They have to nothing less than 3 points. I think the fans are going to go berserk if they don't come back with 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points are expected, but they don't have a few names as we look at the warm-ups as well with the likes of Boomus and Cummings. But Jamshedpur have put out a very adventurous lineup. In terms of just the selection, 3 at the back against 3 at the back. But it all comes down to making the right picks. Also, we have a massive goalkeeper battle, Vishal Kaith and TP Rehanesh.
Yeah, it's great to see both of these players playing well. And, you know, for TP Rehanesh getting a lot of clean sheets, Vishal Kaith I'm not too sure if they're concerned, Mohun Bagan, Sipajan, about getting those clean sheets this year. Only if they want to go forward and get goals through the likes of Sahal and Tapa. They will test that high line for Jamshedpur tonight.
Well, you mentioned about missing players. I don't think they're missing anyone. Look at that team. It's a strong. That's how depth they have in the bench, right?
Sahal and Thapa, of course, in tandem. But before that, let us hear from Dimi Petratos and Juan Ferrando.
It feels like a long time since we've seen you, Juan, and after this game we don't see you again until December in the ISL. But no team has won their first 4 games to start a season in the ISL. Are you aware of this record?
Well, at the end, in this time for us, the most important is to be ready. I know it's difficult when exists breaks for national teams, but okay, we are professional. We'll be ready for the today, and of course, try to get the 3 points.
We saw Anwar Ali being stretchered off in the AFC Cup. Can you give us an exact diagnosis of his injury? Is it ligament damage? Is it his Achilles tendon?
Yeah, but it's part of football. So in this case, for us, is looking forward. We prepare the squad every day, and of course, we are disappointing. But the most important is the rest of the players are ready.
This Jamshedpur side has amassed 3 clean sheets from 5 games so far this season. What makes them so hard to break down?
Yeah, it will be a difficult match. Honestly, Jamshedpur is working so hard in also in attack, in defense. They have big clear ideas, so will be a difficult match today. But okay, I hope our plan we have success.
Dimi, welcome back to ISL action. Has it been tough to sit back and watch the competition continue without you guys in recent times?
Yes, but we're just been training, focusing on ourselves, and ready to get the job done today.
You always seem to find a way to assist or score in most games. Tell me, how have you personally analysed Jamshedpur for tonight? In what areas will we see you try and exploit?
Look, I don't want to say too much. Don't want to give them any ideas, but look, we're going to work very hard. I know it's going to be a tough game. They're going to come out. It's their home ground, so it's always going to be tough here. But look, we're looking forward to it.
Jason Cummings has arrived and helped the team grow. Can you tell us who's on penalty duty this season? You scored 3 in the final. Surely you pull rank over him.
Look, at the moment, I'm taking them at the moment, but we're happy to take turns as well.
Great to speak to you, Dimi. All the best tonight.
Thank you.
If you were to choose a poker partner in a friendly game of poker, Petratos or Juan Ferrando?
It'll be him because Dimi, because that's what I was coming to. I mean, straight face. Even when you asked him a cheeky, fun question like who's going to take the penalties, he's like, it is going to be me.
He's more fun in real life, isn't he, though, Eric?
He usually is, but they were giving us absolutely nothing today. It was like they had been told by the media manager, let's just not give anything away, nothing about injuries, suspensions, whatever they're going on with at the moment, just silence. And, media training helps with that as well.
Absolutely. Dimi Petratos, though, he is on fire as usual. Always delivers, as Eric likes to call him, the postman. Will it deliver some mail?
If he has someone like a Sahal who can assist him, then of course we can expect more of that, because that's a great partnership also to see both of these guys, right? You always want to see the Indian players kind of elevate and gather all the experience playing alongside the foreign players.
When has he ever come off? He hasn't been substituted in any of the games, really. He's played 90 minutes and the coach always, he's got Sadiku playing there with him tonight. So it's very, very interesting to see how he rotates a lot of the players.
Well, no Bumus, and that means Sahal has a bigger role to play tonight. He's going to be center stage, center of the park.
That one there is the reason why he put it on there. The high line there for Chennai when he was playing for the Kerala Blasters is very, very similar to the way that Jamshedpur play. He can unlock a defence by making a good run forward at pace, taking on Pratik Chaudhary. I'm expecting him to make those sorts of runs tonight.
I think talking about hard-working players, I would put him under the list because I've spoken to his father and he said, when you remember, would you ever believe that he was a golu molu, as we say,
Yeah,
a very heavy-footed guy?
Exactly, his favorite foods, burgers, fries, and some fizzy drinks. He's given all of that up,
exactly, and that's how, see the growth that has come, and he's playing for a team like Mohun Bagan.
Yeah, look at some of these highlights too. He's always at the right end of the play inside the 18-yard box. His movement, his decision-making, and he's always looking to take extra touches. Sometimes that doesn't help him. I'd love to see him hit something first time like he did in the AFC Cup as well. But I think for Mohun Bagan Supergiant, the fans will be so excited to see him play possibly in a little bit more of an advanced role this evening.
Is it down to intelligence though, Eric? Nobody's around him. Sometimes it seems the way he moves, he is finding these pockets of space. Is it down to him? Or is it some kind of tactical innovation from Juan Ferrando?
It's a little bit of both. It has to be. It has to be motivation to try and get the most out of the player. But when he's arrived at a big club like Mohun Bagan Supergiant, Kerala Blasters were a big club, of course they are. But this club expects you to play as an 8 or a 9 out of 10 in every game. And he knows this year with the Asian Cup, this is my favourite one, he just took the whole team for a walk. But he knows it's a big year for him.
How much of it is down to Igor Stimac playing him in the middle of the park as well, Siju?
It's a big role because I remember, now that you brought that up, I was at the Staff Cup and I asked him about, there was a question about how coach has played. He says he's definitely given him freedom, the trust, and that's what he's translating onto the pitch. So I think it's a big boost from Stimac to Sahal.
This is one of those players who needs an arm around his shoulder. Probably the team talk for him is, go on, show us what you have. But Thapa, he has found it slightly difficult to get a starting spot now. Now is the chance to get it and to keep it.
Good. It was too easy for him at Chennai to turn up and be the captain and waltz onto the field. And if he performed or underperformed, it didn't matter. Chennai were terrible the last couple of years. Let's not go away from that. But now he's at a club that expects, and now he's got to fight for his position. It'll only help him grow.
We have spoken about Hugo Bumus and Jason Cummings not being in the Mohun Bagan Supergiant squad, but Anwar Ali is missing as well. And yes, Mohun Bagan are involved, but Siju, as an Indian football fan, how worried, how nervous are you about this one?
You asked me how Stimac is kind of happy about Sahal. I think he must be probably having his hand over his head, thinking about he's missing his key player, even for the national team. It's a big miss, but Juan was not ready to share anything much more into that, Eric. So we have no idea how long he's out, but it's a big miss for sure. But that's the true test, right, against Scott Cooper's team.
Scary thing for Mohun Bagan Supergiant, looking at the lineup, do they really need him tonight? And that's the biggest compliment I can give to the squad, what he's built for these reasons. If somebody who goes out, they've got another one to step in.
And in case you're worried, Subhashish Bose has won 12 out of his 13 aerial duels. So there is a man at the back. Well, to the poll for Jamshedpur now. Can TP Rahanesh keep a clean sheet tonight? 62%. Yes, probably 62%. All of them are all fantasy managers.
Well, good luck, because tonight is going to be the biggest test for Jamshedpur. It really is.
Well, a sweet story for NHTP there. We've been seeing him for some time. He's right now at the age of 30. He started at the age of 10 from Calicut, an academy called Universal Soccer Academy. So shout out to his coach who I spoke to, goes by the name Deepak CM. And he was also a stopper back, by the way. And that's now we know why he's so good with his feet. And he's also scored a very important free kick in an age group football for his district Calicut and won in a dying minute. So imagine that. Wow, what a story.
So no Ray Tachikawa, pardon me, but Rahanesh is in there to take a free kick. And that's the high line as well, because you need a keeper who can play like that.
Well, he's the modern day sweeper keeper. And last season, under 80 Boothroyd, that was not the case for him. So every year you've got to develop, you've got to mould in what the manager is asking from you. And TP Rahanesh at that age is still willing to learn.
Also 100th appearance for Pratik Chaudhary in the ISL. Becomes the 34th player to get to that milestone. And he looks different, very different in a good way when he's playing alongside El Senior.
Absolutely, what a great mix and what a great tunes that they have to put out there. And I think these guys are only going to show and improve better under a coach like Scott, right? Remember the first game, you were like, we don't know what to expect from him or his side. And today we're just going gaga all over about Scott Cooper's team. So I think let's expect even more coming in the season.
Favorite new manager or head coach in the ISL, Siju?
At least probably in the English show.
Scott Cooper or Juan Pedro Bernardi? Those two seem to be really up there.
Yeah, I don't think I can pick one because both are different, very different, but also likable a lot. And what a team they have been having, right?
Any choices for you, Eric? Who's impressed you more?
Oh, what a question, Puller. I don't know. After tonight's game, we'll see, because this is going to be a big test for Jamshedpur. I'm all about clean sheets. I'm all about performances, particularly at home. Let's go and see up against the best team possibly in the competition.
Tonight might be the night when that choice would be made. Well, now it's time to listen from the Jamshedpur camp. Here they come.
You've been in charge of that backline that's kept 3 clean sheets from the first 5 games of the season. What's been the key in doing that?
It's just simple teamwork. My defense have been really supportive, and the entire team from the striker line to defense line, everyone worked together. And we just have one aim, to keep it clean behind and get the goals and get the maximum points in every match.
Well, you know the team you're coming up against today, they aren't going to be easy. Does that high defensive backline strategy concern you, or do you enjoy the role of sweeper keeper?
Yeah, I enjoy playing under pressure sometimes, and the coach and the staff and obviously the players have been really supportive, and the aim going to be the same, because every team in ISL is are in their best form right now, so we expecting tough games in every match, so that nothing changes. We go on the same mentality.
Another one of your mates, Pratik Chaudhry, joins you in the 100 club tonight. How important is it now that 34 players from across the league have gone across that mark? What does it say about the development of the league?
It's not easy. It's a milestone to cross, and every player who passed that 100 games is very proud moment for them, because it's not easy to play 100 games in a league this is for different clubs, but still keeping up that shape and performance under this much pressure, it's really appreciable.
Rahanesh, thanks for your time, mate. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Scott, you're up against a tough opponent tonight that loves to make third man runs over the top of defences. Will you stick with playing a high line for this one?
We will, Eric. You know, they're a good team. We respect them. They're good players, good coach. I personally like watching them play, but we will stick to what we know, and we will play the same way we've been playing. We alter the plans a little bit in Northeast because of fatigue and travel. You know, we can more. We're in a block, but there'll be no difference from us tonight. You know, we'll just go out and we'll go for it.
Goals are obviously the problem for you guys at the moment. A free kick from Ray, a penalty rebound from Daniel. Does Ritwick get a start tonight to try and fix that?
He doesn't. He's not even in the squad, Eric, to be honest. So, you know, I think we have to look at, we have created chances. So I'm concerned, but not overly concerned. The bigger concern would be if we're not creating chances. And against Punjab, we had 22 shots here. We've had plenty of chances. We've just got to start converting them. So Steve Ambry's back. You know, he's on the bench tonight. He's almost fit. Jeremy is back in the squad. You know, and so you know, we're raring to go. You will give young Sanan a start tonight, so he'll get his opportunity. Ritwick's not ready. You know, he came into Northeast, and you know, he still felt the knee. He was just a little bit apprehensive, and so we're just going to, you know, protect him a little bit and bring him back for the end of November.
You're unbeaten at home this season. Will you risk much today, or will you aim to get your 4th clean sheet of the season?
We'll do both, I hope. We'll definitely risk, because we'll go out and we'll take it to them. You know, we have to go for it. But at the same time, you know, I think the only game we've had in the 5 that we could say it was more of like an out-and-out defensive display was in Northeast. You know, and that's a game we conceded 2 goals, albeit a little bit controversial with the minutes and things. But you know, the high line, it's worked so far. You know, it's a risk. We know that it's a risk against really good teams too, and a good coach and good players. But you know, I'm trying to put something into this club that we're proactive, we're not reactive, and we're trying to go out and seek results. So we're still trying to add layers, and we're still trying to develop, but no excuses from us. We'll go for it tonight.
It's great watching you risk things, Scott. All the best.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
At least there's one of the coaches who want to speak and share and tell you all about it. He was very honest about everything that you asked him, Eric, and what a coach. That's why you like him. And he's made a statement, I think even in the pre-match press conference, that we respect them, but we're not fearful of them.
Yeah, I've stopped watching the Premier League because I'm a United fan. But if Scott Cooper was part of that, this is what you want to hear. Talk about Jamshedpur fans sitting there and listening to the head coach saying, we will take it to Mohun Bagan. What else can you ask from a head coach in a pre-match interview?
Not much more. Honesty. Some coaches love to hide things. I think one friend was hiding a lot of things for obvious reasons. You don't want to let too much out. But Scott Cooper's got nothing to hide. And let me tell you, when you're trying to play a high defensive line, you have nowhere to hide because everybody knows the tactic. I just question tonight, up against a player like Tapa, like Sahal, is it going to be one step too far for them?
But they do have Jeremy Manzoro back in the lineup, and he just walked straight into it. The way he plays, the way he makes them tick. Steve Ambry, still a lot to see from him, but just in terms of the overall lineup from Jamshedpur, exciting, isn't it? After a while, in fact.
Absolutely. I think what Rahanesh mentioned is that we've kept clean sheets. We are doing our bit. We know the goals are the problem. I think it's time for their high line, up there, the attackers, Chukwu, to get some more goals and get tonight's game a bit fierce, right?
Yeah, Manzoro is originally a winger or an attacking midfielder, particularly in Poland last year. He played more as a 10. He wears the number 10, but in this system, he plays a little bit more, in a deeper role, having to defend, but he's great with the ball. Steve Ambry, he starts from the bench tonight, let that one out the bag, but he hasn't really shown enough to get a start, obviously, with his fitness levels, but we'll see here in this formation, 3-4-3, they are sticking with the back three, which means that Nikhil Barla, and tonight it's going to be Imran Khan on that left-hand side. So they've got to do some defensive duties up and down.
How big is the risk to leave out Ray Tachikawa? Of course, we know Steve Cooper likes the risk, but it must be a very difficult decision to leave somebody out like Ray Tachikawa, who is already a hero at the Furnace.
It is, but I think that's what the coaching, the whole philosophy, and the one, he wants to show he's the coach. He knows his team now by now very well. So I think he's just playing around and seeing, and it's a big game tonight. So probably you never know what surprise the current team has to show us.
It's got to be injured. He's got to be injured. I mean, if Tachikawa is fit, he's playing. He's playing over a semi-fit, perhaps, Manzoro. 100%. I think there's something wrong there.
So are you saying Scott is actually hiding something from us?
I think he might be. Look at him. He looks fine. He's out there warming up. He's moving fine. There's no rotation there. Something's going on.
Maybe that's the reactive bit. He wants to react by bringing on Ray Tachikawa. But Chima Chukwu, we saw him, how he came on in the previous game and almost changed the game. It is time for him to fire. He must fire in the big games against the likes of Mohun Bagan.
These are the big games he loves. You remember he's scoring against Mumbai last season up there at their home ground. He just takes a lot of time to convert a chance. But once he gets a clear path in front of him, he's so powerful. But he just takes a little bit too long to convert his chances, Chukwu.
Well, talk about fantasy and big disappointment for those who have Hugo Bumu's 39% ownership. Hopefully all of you have a decent first sub. And Rahanesh, 24% ownership. Lots of save points coming over, hopefully. But clean sheet, tough ask.
Well, I'm also interested and exciting to see Sanan, who gets a start, the first start for the season of over here in Jamshedpur, a young lad, 19 years old. I think the furnace is ready to be lit up by both these teams, showing us some goals. Hopefully there are tonight.
Looks like there's a lot of bugs around as well. It must be very, very hot tonight in Jamshedpur. You can see the players already sweating it up. The pitch looks like it's perfectly set for a night that the Furnace, it's just been really good the last couple of games. That the atmosphere's been back and they're hungry for results.
Well, it's coming up. It's coming up very soon at the Furnace. Jamshedpur and the Red Miners ready to welcome the Mariners in one of the toughest atmospheres in the ISL.